Hey there, huge thank you to all the names on screen right now, the renegades who click the join button down below and contribute to the channel financially. Hugely appreciate them, my friends. Enjoy the show. And welcome back to Noita. I'm Sufferer. Let's suffer together back in the mountains, my friends. And today, well, we're going to take you on a grand and wonderful adventure across all time, because we have here a theory that you'll have to give me a bit of rope on, but I hope to explain myself properly enough that you understand the core concepts. And any holes that are in the theory are kinda, because I haven't fully formed this theory, but I still think it's got a really strong potential to bring it to the community and have those holes not just filled in by me, but the wider community, if people feel like it's got a bit of traction. Now, it's about seeing the biomes of Noita, just in case you are either new to the game or don't know much about it. This game, you are what appears to be some form of alchemist, person, dude who is strong with the magic force. You seem completely unaligned with the enemies of the game as you go down. The HiSii, otherwise, kind of translated from Finnish, HiSii can kind of mean goblin, wood folk, demon, orc, goblin, that kind of thing. So, puts in your mind immediately that they're the bad guy, they're the enemy. However, you can name anything. It's just a name. It doesn't actually tell you about who they are as people. What you do is you look at their actions and what they are and who they are, and then you form opinions based on that. However, what we see, as I'm going to show you as we go down, is what I think the biomes are meant to represent. Now, the very general outline is that each biome in Noita is a timeline of events for the HiSii, the main enemy of the game. Now, as I'm going down, I'll explain myself a bit more all fleshed out and proper. But, hey, this game, based on Finnish mythology and alchemy, has three factions that we are commonly referred to. You have nature, you have magic, and you have technology. Now, we see the HiSii as the technological folk. We're based on the magic, and you see a bunch of nature around, and you shouldn't ask the nature, you know? However, my core concept of this is that the HiSii, not that we're Mina, the character we play, is HiSii, but I think that the factions blend together because of the HiSii's timeline of advancement as they go through. So, starting off with Biome 1, very simple, right? There isn't any buildings, there isn't any kind of coalescence of factions. They aren't grouped together, they are separate. You've got these are hounds, as it's translated, or kind of zombie doggos or something like that. However, we find these HiSii, which the doggos don't like, you know? The HiSii are having a tough time here, you know? They're under attack, they need to defend themselves. They've got shotguns, they've got dynamite. Now, one very important thing to note immediately, these shotgunners right here, some of them shoot 3, some of them shoot 4. Because there are 2, and this goes over a lot of people's heads, this. There are 2 shotgunners. The weaker version and the stronger version. Now you're going to find the stronger version in the second biome a lot more. So you kind of see the technological advancement over time, better shotguns, right? But the first floor, it's all separate. I mean, not that much kind of way in the technology. It's mixed up with the mages. These are mages or elementals. You've got enemy doggos, spiders, lookies, other monsters. And no one is really in charge. No one is really taken command of the biome. It's up for grabs, and it feels very primitive, almost caveman-like, right? Especially from the HiSii's point of view, when they're just, I mean, they've got shotguns and TNT, but you've got to start somewhere, right? And anyway, we do have some good wonders. Now, I'm not going to talk too much about the side biomes, but I want you to keep this in mind. Hello, Uko. How you doing, bro? It'll come in more relevancy in the second floor, but what I said at the start about it, maybe the HiSii are actually the alchemists. I've got a bit of evidence. I'm not just saying that out of speculation. I've actually got a tiny bit of evidence on that one. overbump into the dude. But as we move into the collapsed caverns, again, you kind of see roughly the same, a bit more metal around the place. Same kind of dynamic, although you do meet this. You see these dude? They've got different shirt. Are they wearing the same shirt? I don't know. Either way, I'm not actually sure when it comes to the TNT dudes. I assume it's just more HP, maybe more explosion damage. But yeah, the side biomes aren't exactly what I'm talking about here, so we're gonna kind of keep them separate from the conversation. The Holy Mountains don't really come into this as well, in my theory, yet. But again, always feel free to get down and, hey, elucidate on what you're hearing, if you have any thoughts about it. Because we move into the second biome, and the resource... Right, notice the resources of each biome. Yeah, they have shotguns, they have TNT, they're obviously up to a certain level of technology to defend themselves, but the HiSii aren't a strong force here, right? They're weak, they're separate, they are getting off the ground technologically. They're at their most basic. And the biome kind of reflects that with the kind of soil and the grass and whatnot. Now, when we come down to the coal pits, now, one thing that... We're going to call them humanoid, not human, but humanoid. If you're a humanoid creature, again, it's a game of resources. You're going to want to go into places that are going to help you in terms of those resources to build your technological advancement, to stay alive. And, of course, same problem as the first floor. They're still, everyone's separate. They've gotten a little bit stronger. Again, you're more likely to get shot at with 4 shotgun shells than 3. Because you're up against the stronger shotgun HiSii. And just different enemies. The HiSii have obviously found an ability to exist in these biomes, the first and the second, but they haven't really formed a strong social structure yet. At all. Their technology is still very primitive. And you can kind of see this also with the different types of enemies around. Yeah, you've got the rats, which everyone hates. Oh! Right, okay. These dudes are HiSii. Yeah, they're alchemists. Right. They are, in the game's files, labeled as orcs. Every other HiSii is labeled as an orc. They are HiSii, but they're alchemists. The first signs that things might be a little bit mixed up. Because I've always gone with the fact that all the factions of the game, nature is lucky, technology HiSii, we are magic, or the alchemists, the corrupted alchemists you find later on in the game. And yeah, it seems a little bit more mixed up. Now that comes in more relevance later, as some of you who are thinking through the biomes right now, hopefully starting to make a bit of sense, right? Because there's no social structure here, man. They're all just popping and shooting everything that happens, and they still have to fight for their existence, for the resources, the coal, and everything else you find around here. Hey, the toxic radiation barrels. I don't know what... Yeah, when it comes to the radiation, because I think one of the devs said that literally is just radioactive waste or something like that. I don't know, maybe from some previous civilization it's left over. You know, it does last a long time. Anyway, again, just no... It's same as first floor, really, just a different setting. Getting a bit stronger. Now, third floor. Change of setting. Whether... You know, our Earth goes through hot and cold cycles. Possibly something to do with that, maybe. They found themselves needing to evolve. They are in a fight for their lives, and when in extreme circumstances, the freezing cold, you need to improve. You need to be a more rigid social unit, and your technology must be advanced enough to survive the threat. There are bigger threats here for the HiSii. You've got Ukos, you've got stronger mages, you've got elementals coming out of the cold when it comes to... But check this out now. We've got a new dude in. A HiSii that can float. They move together. They are a unit. They are becoming a social structure. And that's not even... I mean, that's a small unit right there. You've still got some of the blobs, the rats. A mixture of the first and second floor enemies along with the elementals. These dudes, which, again, a threat. They're going to have to... And they have done. wearing protective gear, they've got better weaponry, they can float. They are working together now, and that is, again, if you remember this third floor and when you first started playing, and probably up to right now, where is it? I'm trying to find it quickly, because I know it's, yeah, here. This is teamwork. This is an ambush, you know? This is working for their own protection by working as a societal unit. Unfortunately, I'm just too damn good. And I cheated. I gave myself a little swing. But yeah, I mean, they obviously bleed. They are obviously not like, they are organic. They suffer the same flaws of all organic beings, needing to, you know, reach a certain strength in multiple areas to thrive, or at least survive. And of course, even the technology right now, we start to see a little bit of advanced tech. Sentries. If HiSii are truly the technological folk, they're not shooting at each other. They don't shoot at each other. They're at least neutral towards each other. HiSii, right from the very beginning with the TNT and shotguns, obviously have some technology in them. There's no use of magic in there, as we see later on. Now, of course, the cold environment. Cold. You're gonna have to, and if you stay in that environment a while, you'd get better at surviving it, right? They're even building snow people, you know? They obviously aren't just kind of automatons, or even kind of just, they have fun, you know? They obviously are growing in that societal structure of, I don't know. Cool stuff, you know, like a snowman. And of course, Ukko, the, if you have read any Finnish mythology from the Kalevala, you'll understand who Ukko is. Basically, the big Mac Daddy. Basically, like Odin of, Finnish mythology. I think it would be right to roughly say. He's just like, you know, leader of the sky, not leader, in control of the sky, the harvest, all sorts of stuff. Go read the Kalevala, it's epic. I need to read it fully, actually. It's epic, I know it's epic, because I've played Noita. But we even see Gloomancer. You know, these are HiSii as well. You can tell who is HiSii quite easily. Tuli HiSii. Tapura HiSii. Tapura HiSii. Sorry about pronunciations, I'm terrible. Kranu HiSii, you know? Everyone's got HiSii after their name. And the Gloomancer's no different. That's technology right there. Even the suits and the glue and having a glue gun that sticks me and actually does damage. That is sniper rifles. They only had shotguns before. You know? Good times. But obviously they're still a little bit, you know, separated. They're in smaller social units surviving together. Now, the one thing you sometimes see in the third floor is what I like to call the HiSii forward operating base. It's an actual kind of tiny version of the HiSii base in the third floor that you see now and again. I'm giving you a hint that they're building some of that. Now, as we go down into the HiSii base, oh yes. God, neon lighting, bro. And it's just filled. They're thriving here. Their technology is growing. Not just in those two centuries, but you've got flying toasters that shoot what seems like magical lasers. This is, again, this is why I don't think HiSii just represent tech. I think they just represent kind of the need for... It might be a kind of reference to humanity, it might not be. And our need to use anything that we can, regardless of its power or potential, like nuclear bombs, you know, that's stupid. Why would you even do that? But we're humans, so we're just like, oh, if we don't have it, someone else will. So, of course, the HiSii are going along building magic-based stuff without probably truly understanding it. And they've got these sentries that do massive damage. Now, the one reason I really think that the toasters are magic is because there's a liquid called magic. Oh, hello. There's a magical liquid in the game. It's called magic liquid. It's got a very distinct light blue color. Toasters shoot that color. They aren't powered by it. They've got oil inside them. I mistakenly said the other day on stream over at twitch.tv/let's sub together, by the way. Come and join us for some great interactive content. And, hey, we'll talk about it further. But again, these things as well, shoot blue, right? Oh, cowards, that's obvious. Teleportation magic, they advance really fast. And of course, a more rigid social structure with Big Mama HiSii. We saw these in the 3rd floor as well, but they're more prominent here. Yeah, big CEO HiSiis, Big Mama HiSii. Yeah, toasters, they shoot that blue kind of magical liquid based magic. They've even got a bar. They've come so far. I'm so proud. And they're obviously wonderful people. Now these shoot missiles, man. God damn. They obviously have dominated the cold. They have found a good life here, right? They obviously have some good technology to help them thrive, and they're doing really well. But again, just imagine a timeline of time moving forward and the biome showing you that as we move forward. Going into the jungle now, this kind of confused me going forward, but I don't think it actually matters, because I would have thought nature would be prominent in the first few biomes, where nature is most strongest. You know how we chop down all the trees and whatnot, right? And we destroy our local environment? Why is this jungle so late in the game? 3rd to last floor. Now, it could be that it's come to a warmer period. Everything's thawed out. Everything has, you know, changed once again. The HiSii got used to the cold. It's got warmer again. Other creatures have now been allowed to thrive. I mean, they're not fighting each other. They're all right. They're shooting me, you know? We've still got the cowards, the regular HiSii, the big HiSii. Also, advancements in technology once again. Let me through. I need to find him. Let me find him. Where are you? Oh, well, number one, combination, dude. Well, we got this plant firing at this HiSii, so again, the HiSii need to readapt, they need to relearn. But not only a mine-throwing expert, but also, dude, the shotgun. Do you see this? We also have mages coming for the first time. I believe it's first. Yeah. No, they can show up in the 3rd floor, so they've all. The mages have a presence from the 3rd floor onward. They could. Do I give you 2nd floor? Either way, keep it in mind. Again, this theory isn't perfect. It's not complete. But again, like I said, yeah, these dudes. They're now using biological and chemical warfare. They've advanced so fast. But they've needed to adapt. They needed to find a way of dealing with the enemies of this place, and that poison is super effective. I guess nearly everything. But probably not mechanical enemies that much, actually, thinking about it. Hey, HP. But you've got the Luckies as well, who you could argue represent nature. Because nature changes, right? As I mentioned before, you go through cycles, you have cold and hot cycles, and that's going to change the nature of your environment. Nature isn't just one monolithic thing, it's adaptable and variable in and of itself, just like life. Just like us. Cowards, man. Oh, I'm going to have to. Yeah, I hate them. They're disgusting creatures. But not much need for mass technological advancement. They seem to have separated a bit again, so maybe it could be that the warm-up shocked them all, and they kind of suffered a bit for that. But with a new kind of need for survival looming, they've developed some of their weaponry. They've definitely lost some of that social cohesion, but they're surviving against all the odds. And nature's having a bit of a fight back, as it often does, you know? Yeah, I mean, because there is an argument that it's a Noita biomes are the narrative and the story of HiSii overcoming nature, overcoming technology, and overcoming magic. To combine all of them within themselves, as we see in the vault. Where are we going next? Limited? We don't have unlimited? I mean, magic beams, flying sentries. Are they going to attack each other? They will. So they've still got problems. They haven't mastered it yet. Mainly because I don't think they've mastered magic. And even if they did master it, again, we'll talk about that in the final biome. The potential double-edged sword of what they're doing. Like, they think, and probably are benefiting. Yeah, these sentries, that's literally called a magic bolt, by the way. That's what we shoot out of our wands. It's a magic bolt. We're getting wrecked by it. It just hurts and pushes you back. And more toasters again. Toasters making a nice little, you know. You've got the background as well. Industrial, mechanized, and just very anti-nature. It's like nature has just been, you're gone, mate. You're not going to be a trouble for us again. It's like the HiSii went underground. Even though I know we're underground in this kind of situation going in the mines. Of course, again, I think whatever the HiSii were doing to survive kept on creating them problems. They kept on advancing. But you know how we advance? I keep referring back to us because it's so obvious as a parallel. Yeah, the technological advanced HiSii. He's technically under the healer class. Well, he'll give someone a shield or, you know, make them invisible. So HiSii have invisibility technology. They can give someone a shield and give me a shield. Why is they obviously right? This HiSii is aligned with that monster. Healers only help their own kind. Like, if I go visible, he won't help me. I had to get in the way of his shot. So the monsters and the HiSii are getting to, yeah, a bit alright. I mean, Uko is a mage. You've got these, you see these in the third floor as well. You just see a bit more mixture. You do see a bit of conflict now and again. But you see more resources. You see the acid vats, the things hanging from the ceiling. Just, you've still got the lights from the HiSii base. Check those lights out. They're the same from the HiSii base. Maybe after the whole nature thing. This is their attempt to rebuild HiSii base. You've got more mages. He's only a swapper. But you also still have more monsters. The HiSii are always in not hostile territory, but their territory is in conflict, like nearly all the time, in some way, shape, or form. Despite their togetherness as in a social construct. Anytime they advance, a new threat comes and looms. And they keep on growing. But we see this connection to either domination or... what's the word? Them conjoining with nature and using its power to help themselves. But there's no nature here, so I personally think the eradication, or the eradication of it is a problem, meaning put metal over everything so nothing can grow. And that's probably what allowed new monsters to form. And, you know, I'll tell you what, I've got a this is just the one I found. A natural boomerang one. Very nice. But you've got defensive traps as well that take people out. You'll see HiSii walk through those, but Gloom Ants makes a glorious return. I mean, some of this is a bit, shall I say, potentially forced as a narrative, and there are gaps like magic, as I'm going to explain about the next biome. We have seen HiSii use magic and dabble in alchemy. What I am considering as a theory for the final biome is that HiSii wanted to control all three factions: nature, technology, magic. We've gotten, as you can see, technology out the way. They've got all sorts of flying machines. They're legit. They're a legit mechanized force. Nature, we just dealt with. It's gone. It's been paved over. You know, dominated. They've still got magic problems with magic enemies, you know, getting in their way, but they've certainly, at least in their minds, potentially felt like they have won that particular battle against those. Now, when it comes to magic, they've always dabbled in magic. Now, my speculation on this is that there are a faction of HiSii that didn't dabble with magic. There are a faction that did. You know, like any society is going to have different groups of people that get involved in different things and have different ideas. No different with the HiSii. Now, we've sawn it from the second floor with the alchemist HiSii, right? Now, what you see in the final floor is a corruption of magic. Magic's gone wrong. Magic isn't easy to control. We've got the ghosts of some ghosts. We've got new monsters for a new era. Mages still around. Magic. These are called masters, by the way. You've got the Master of Masters, spoilers, as a boss fight. But these are masters or mages. You can use those interchangeably. But if you notice, a lot of things here are purple. We're purple. You find certain enemies that are literally called alchemists. Alright, these dudes called alchemists in, where are they? Yeah, these three enemies, alchemisti, you know, alchemisti. The flying one that does the area of effect damage, the one that makes other people immune, and the one that just, you know, tries to take you out with volatile stuff. You've got these gems as well. I don't know what they come into. I don't have all the answers, but, you know, I think it's a banger theory, to be honest. That's why I'm here, you know? Yeah, alchemist man with his tongue out. Now, apparently this guy, like, I don't trust the English translations, because I don't think they're meant to be translations. I just think some people on the wiki either got the name from the files and, I don't know, if anything, the names on the wiki in English don't make sense as a translation a lot of the time. And it's like, I need to talk to some actually Finnish people with what those words actually mean, each of the names, instead of, again, I just read the wiki and it just didn't make sense. A lot of the names. Like, I feel like it's just a placeholder, a lot of the names. Because, oh, what was that dude called? The one that we just saw, the one with the thing above his head. Like, perfected alchemist or something like that it was called in the wiki. I don't know. Either way. You could see, like, purple again. Purple. These guys have got a vague purple about them. Purple, purple, we're purple. Colmey's purple, you know what I mean? And while one side of the HiSii civilization might have gone away and not done anything with magic, I think there's been a sect of HiSii that went really down that magic path. The people who started making the turrets, fire magic bolts, and they got in their lab and they started mixing some chemicals, and one of them accidentally went down a bad path of magic. Now, there is a spell in the game that is locked away. The narrative of the end of everything is that you unlock the end of everything through the third floor, Snowy Depths, the fourth floor, the HiSii base, and the fifth floor. All prominent. Every place is prominent for HiSii. But it's located centrally around the HiSii base. And the end of everything is locked in the egg of technology, and from the lore, what I can gather is the HiSii hid the end of everything because they understood it was too powerful. Magic. For anyone to use. However, I don't think it would have taken the end of everything for many of these alchemists floating around, could be former HiSii, to have been corrupted by some other element of magic. We know how powerful we can get. And, hey, what did they say? Absolute power corrupts absolutely? Well, maybe really powerful magic corrupts really powerfully, you know? Also, HiSii can pick up wands and fire them. Now, you could just say, you know, that's just a gameplay mechanic thing. Maybe. Maybe it's not. Again, this is a theory. It's not what's the word? It's not fact, that's the one. But I find it a damn good theory. Again, the HiSii always in trouble, and the alchemists. Oh, hello. Yeah, this dude can basically take absolute damage. And he has a little... I killed him too fast there. He has a ball of immortality. As long as that ball remains intact, he won't die. So that's some sick tech, you know? Basically, he's got a saving grace. But it's some sort of protective system. Now, they aren't in their naming scheme called HiSii. They're called alchemists. We saw before. I don't need to recheck. But think about it. These dudes have such powerful magic. They can... Hold on. Did it? Huh. Interesting. These guys, in the alchemy lab to the left of the tree on the first floor, where you find alchemist boss fight, these dudes make other enemies in a radius invulnerable. They don't seem to do that here. Yeah. Well, he's just rubbish then, properly corrupted. Yeah. But the other guys have a variable selection of magic to choose from to attack you with. And again, I think there's something there. I'm not sure we could ever prove it, but I still feel like it adds a nice little element to the story. I still feel like it's got value bringing it to you today. Even if it isn't, you know, the most fully formed. But that's kind of by design, because I like giving you, you know, things, with especially when it's lore videos. You know, leaving a few things just open for more discussion. Because I don't want to think about this so much without other people's kind of wisdom on it, right? Because what ends up happening a lot of the time is you end up boxing yourself in. If you think far too deep down the theory, and you get kind of either roadblocked or too stuck in your own ideas and theories. It's always best, you know, during the process, in my opinion. After you've kind of formed at least the full structure, top to bottom. Hey, to bring it to you and, hey, discuss that. I don't know about Call Me. I don't know. Dude's cool. Maybe the HiSii alchemists, working on the Sampo. I have no actual explanation for Mina within this theory, though. But I'd love to hear any of your thoughts or ideas about the whole thing. Oh, I'm sorry. It has to occur. You know, it just has to. But, hey, I'd like to take a moment to thank you guys for enjoying the content, listening here today, and any commenting, any ideas of your own. Always love to hear it. We have a Discord in the description. Link in there. You can also get down in the comments down below. But if you enjoyed the video and you want to either discuss this further, discuss Noita further, live on the stream up at twitch.tv/Let's Stuff Together, and either in the Discord, we're always there. Easy to get a hold of me while I'm offline. Off stream, or off video. And yeah, I'd love to hear from you and your ideas. Again, the community always comes up with such ideas that always open my own eyes to fresh paths in terms of lore, and this game really hides its lore well, and that discussion is always illuminating, so that's why, again, I'm excited about this one to a certain extent. While you could argue something completely different and still be just as valid, I think this one is charming, you know? I like this one. Mainly because I thought it. Yeah. It's mine. But no, destroy it. Again, if you could destroy this theory, do so. So, good luck. I salute you all. Hey, taking the time to enjoy the entirety of this video, thank you so much. Again, we stream, we're here. There's liking buttons, there's subscribing. Hey, the people who click the join button down below and support the content financially, thank you so much, guys. Again, the people's names you saw at the start of the video. The renegades, actual heroes, keeping the lights on. Can't do it without you guys. Thank you so much. Over on the stream as well, everyone who subs and subscribes. It takes the time to view the content, right? You know, there's so many content creators. You could view anyone, but you chose, and I thank you for it. I think that's it, right? Yeah. I got nothing more. I'm done. Apart from hey, click buttons around the place if you want to help support the content. Do so. Again, we can only do what we do because of the grace of people's contributions. So thank you so much for that. Again, it means a hell of a lot. And please consider doing so. Again, it's you're not obligated to do so, but people who choose to do so, even though they're not obligated, actual heroes. Thank you so much again. Can't thank you enough. Streaming and the buttons. The schedule for the stream. I start streaming normally about 6 PM most days. English time, GMT, BST, and the schedule is on the About page on the Twitch link in the description. The one that should be scrolling up top. If it is it, has it been scrolling? There's meant to be a link up. Oh, what you done? What have I done to my Twitch link up top? Oh, there it is. Why? Anyway, yeah. Description has all. I'll see you either on the stream or the next video, my friends, or in the Discord. You take it easy and enjoy the rest of your summer, you know? Hey, I've got England in the final Euros tomorrow, so, hey, interesting Sunday. But yeah. Oh yeah, stacked up a load of extra lives. Anyway, you take it easy, guys. Enjoy the rest of your day, wherever you are in the world. Thank you so much for your support, and take it easy. Take care of yourselves. Maybe take care of someone else, and yeah. Find happiness and peace and love. And we'll see you later. Have a good one, guys. Peace. But a huge thank you to the Pounders, the other selection of people who click the join button down below. A huge appreciation for you also. Thank you so much for, again, taking the time to pound so hard. I appreciate it. Until next time, take it easy, guys. See you soon. Much love.